Are we in position? Yes. Now I apologise if you hear any clattering, any banging, any background noises. I've got builders everywhere today. Not only are they out the back, which I've been used to for a few months now, the shop below has started building works as well. So I've got two lots to contend with. But we'll try and get through it. Always so much noise where I live. If it's not the builders, it's the neighbours. Then at night I've got the flipping idiots racing their cars up the road. Cannot catch a break. But nevertheless, we will press on. So remember the other day, we made that wonderful traditional ragu alla bolognese. Well, I've got quite a bit left. So I thought what we'd do today is make some bolognese stuffed potato skins. Something a bit different. We're going to use some of this bolognese sauce up. It's going to be fantastic. But before we dive into it, remember to watch the video all the way through. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. And when you do, make sure to allow all notifications. That way, when I upload a new video, you get told about it. Now, if you want to learn how to make this ragu, I'll put a link up on the screen now. Watch that after you've watched this video, so you can learn how to make it. But I'm going to turn this leftover bolognese into something new. Now check out down below because you'll find all the ingredients. Now check out down below, you'll get all the ingredients that you need. And the first thing we need to do is bake off the potatoes. Lovely, delicious spuds. Right, baked potatoes. Easy, really simple to do. Got two baking potatoes here, roughly the same sort of size. That one's a touch bigger, but as long as they're roughly the same size, it doesn't matter too much. And I'm just going to drizzle just a tiniest bit of oil, okay? Don't add too much because we're not turning these into chips. It's really just enough to coat the outside, and this just aids the baking process. And take a knife and make sure to prick them. This is really important. If you don't prick them, they'll explode. Trust me, I've made that mistake before. Don't need a lot, just a little bit like that. Then I'm going to season that with just some salt, just on the skin, and they're ready for the oven. Now that's going to take about an hour to bake in the oven. It really kind of depends on the size of the potato that you're using, but for that sort of size, about an hour is going to be fine. And that's at about gas mark 4. I'll put the conversions up on the screen as well. And basically you just want to cook the potatoes until just tender. You'll feel the knife go in, it should go in nice and easy. That's how you know they're done. So I'll see you folks in an hour once they're done. Now I'm going to go and let the cat in because he's flipping moaning again. Sorry bud. Coming in. Gonna say hello to everyone today. Hey, say hello. Oh, I'll let you down. Yeah, it's so grumpy at times. Okie dokie, right. So, our potatoes are baked off and I've left them to cool just enough so we can handle them. So what I'm gonna do is take a knife and I'm gonna cut potatoes in half, just like so. Then we've got a bowl here and all I'm gonna do is just scoop out that potato into a bowl. Be very careful not to bust up the skins because they're going to be our vessel for our filling. And if you want to make life a touch easier, you can always score it and it should help the potato come out easier. So I'm going to carry on, take the potato out of the rest of these, then we'll move on to the next bit. Okay, so we've got the potato there. Now you see with the potato, I've not kind of taken all of the mash out. I've actually left a bit of a border there. That's crucial because it keeps them together. And to the potato, I'm going to add a generous knob or two of butter. And then crush the potato, work that butter in. Now you don't want this like a creamy mash that you would have with your sausages because it's going to be too wet and it's not going to stay on top of your potatoes. I don't need any salt because there was salt in that butter, but I am going to add a bit of pepper, some white pepper. Just goes really nice with the potato. And also some Parmesan cheese. I would say a couple of tablespoons worth. But this is easy cooking, guys, so just use your eye. Mix that all in, give it a quick taste. Perfect. So now, folks, we are ready to assemble our potato skins. Right, come on, let's load these puppies up. Got some of my bolognese mix. Now, there's way more than what I need there. I'll probably have the rest for lunch at work tomorrow. But all I'm going to do is take this bolognese mix and just plop them in the potato. This is how easy this is. Now, you can make a bunch of these. If you've got a load of bolognese mix left, like I have, this will make loads. But this is the fun part of using up leftovers, you know? You can make delicious stuff like this. So there we go, that's them stuffed. And what I'm going to do now is add the potato on top. Just a little bit on each, like a little mountain. And you don't have to be too precise with it either. I've got a bit of mash left over, so I'm going to gobble that. Add some more Parmesan cheese. And those little puppies are ready to go back in the oven. I can hear drilling. They've started up again. Shut up! Stop being productive and building things. Now they won't take very long at all to bake because everything's already cooked. You just need that bolognese to warm through, the mashed potato to go nice and crispy on top. And that'll take like 10-15 minutes, won't take long at all. And again, about gas mark 5 will be fine, but depends on your oven. But whilst they're doing their thing in the oven, I'm gonna make a nice little crispy, spicy, garlicky breadcrumb to go on top. Because why wouldn't you? So let's do that. Let's do that now. I need a pan though. Let's do it. Okay, right, so I've got my pan here. I'm gonna get that onto a low heat. And I've got about 50 grams of pancetta there. I'm gonna stick that in. Again, that was left over from the bolognese. So even that's left over. Oh God, I bet you can hear that, can't you? It's so loud. Yeah, so basically what you want to do is render the fat out of this pancetta and get it nice and crispy. Unlike the bolognese, we want some texture to this, some nice crispy, bacony goodness. But you want to start it low because that helps draw out the fat. And that's going to take about 5-10 minutes, which is roughly about the same time as it will take for the potatoes to do in the oven. And as you can see, look, it's gone nice and crispy. Some of that fat has rendered out, but I am going to add a touch of olive oil, just a smidgen. And I've got some bits and bobs here we're going to add to it. Some shallots, some chilli, green and red. Get the lot in, make it spicy. And I'm just going to mix that together for a few minutes, just so the shallot starts to get a little bit crispy, cooks down, goes fragrant and lovely, and then we'll add the garlic. Okay, so after about a minute, we're going to add the garlic. Lovely garlic. Again, don't add it in too early because it will burn. And you don't want knackered burnt garlic in this. Just going to mix that around until it starts to smell nice and fragrant. About 30 seconds, I'd say. And what I've got here are some panko breadcrumbs. Now, ideally, I would use fresh breadcrumbs and add those. But listen, to be honest, guys, I'm self-isolating. So I haven't been able to just go out and buy what I want. So I've got no fresh bread in at the minute. I have got these, come to think of it, but I want to save those for another day. So instead, I'm going to use some dried panko breadcrumbs. All I'm going to do is just toss a few handfuls in there. And again, I'm going to mix that with everything else. If it looks a bit too dry, just add a bit more oil, which I think this needs. As the panko absorbs the oil, it'll kind of go all nice and toasty and just delicious. And that's just going to be a nice little topping to go on top of our loaded potato skins. Just gives it a nice crispy edge, you know? Potatoes. Look at those beauties. Just got them out of the oven. You could just eat those right now, but I'm going to tart these up a bit. I'll try and do this without burning my fingers. Let's get these on to my fancy little slate. Aya. And then here I've got our lovely crispy crumb. Just kind of, you know, sprinkle it on top. Make a mess. You can take your time with this and make it look like really fancy, but I haven't got time. I've got to eat it before the builders start making noise. So I'm going to take the thumbnail of these and then we can get stuck in. I'm going to leave them to cool for a bit because they are blindingly hot. Well, boys and girls, I think we've got to try them, don't you? Bolognese loaded potato skins. Look at that. The potato on the top's nice and creamy, and you can really taste that parmesan. Underneath, you've got that sumptuous, gorgeous ragu. That's also my recipe. And it's delicious, by the way, so check it out. And then those delicious breadcrumbs on top just add a whole new level of texture and flavour. But guys, just make it and get it in your face. So there we are, bolognese loaded potato skins. And I think we escaped most of the noise from the builders. You should have heard it earlier. It was clattering about, drilling. I could feel the vibrations in my feet. It was that loud. Oh, so I'm gonna have to be wary of that, aren't I? Yeah, annoying. Now I said earlier as well that I was self-isolating, but don't worry, I'm fine. I haven't got any symptoms, but someone where I work caught it, and so a lot of us have had to self-isolate. I'm not going to tell you where I work for obvious reasons. So yes, I've just kind of been stuck indoors. Couldn't go out, couldn't do anything. But we made something delicious. So I'm going to wrap this video up. Thanks again for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think. Before I go though, if you like this video, remember to share it, like it, all that kind of good stuff. And if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, allow all notifications. That way, when I upload a new video, you get told about it. Doesn't always happen though. I've had someone on the last video say that she didn't get notified of one of my videos. You behave yourself, YouTube. You behave yourself. But I'm going to love and leave you. Enjoy the rest of your evening or afternoon, morning, whatever time it is. And I'll see your gorgeous faces in the next video. And bye for now. Look at that though. What is up with my writing? I write like a 5-year-old.